Welcome to Montenegro, the Balkans' hidden gem. Last time we explored the charming streets of the Old Town, discovered the town's feline haven, and started consuming our body weight in beer. In today's video, we're taking a road trip to Budva and beyond. We'll discover the sketchy Montenegrin roads, we'll see some beautiful coastline and some unusual wonders, then travel onwards to Skadar Viewpoint for the most beautiful sight in all of Montenegro. The journey begins at our gorgeous one-bed flat that we're renting out for the week.
Our apartment has become very messy.
It's all your stuff.
But unfortunately, the whole day got off to a false start.
So this is our car in the red, and annoyingly we've been blocked in. Yeah, annoying.
After calling the landlord of the apartment building, they managed to find the owners of the van.
Sorry for this.
No, it's okay. It's alright, don't worry.
I simply people are sometimes, this is unbelievable. Sorry.
And before you know it, we're soon on our way.
This is the bottom of the city walls. It looks so different down here, doesn't it? We were literally up there yesterday.
The Vermac tunnel cuts through the mountains overlooking Kotor and grants easy access to Budva by car. It's 1.7 kilometres long, but not the kind of place you want your car to break down in.
Well, this is just like backed up all the way. It's just the traffic's just so bad. The last thing I want to do is spend an hour inside this tunnel. Where's this road taking us?
The quality of the roads in Montenegro isn't great, but the roadworks are trying to bring about improvements.
Alright, hopefully it's a straight road ahead now.
Nevertheless, the scenery on the way to Budva was beautiful. The route took us through some winding roads.
These are tight hairpin bends. Oh wow, that view.
And after about 45 minutes in the car, we arrived on the outskirts of Budva.
So we parked our car in a bit of a dodgy car park, but hopefully it's secure enough. Literally doing roadworks, and people are just left to walk through the roadworks. It's absolutely crazy. But that's just how it is in Montenegro, isn't it? Some nice green areas. A lot of construction going on. This looks like probably a new hotel. And then there's a lot of roadworks going on just back there. But no one seems to care if you walk straight through a construction site. Right, so we are here. This is the Budva coastline, heading right towards the promenade. First impressions? To be determined. Okay, fair enough. It's the Budva Ferris wheel. Get on.
Okay.
So this is the marina, and we can see Old Town in the distance. So we're heading towards there now. To be fair, on this end there is an abundance of restaurants and bars, but there are areas that are looking a little bit more rough. Tell you what, it is warm.
It's very warm. It's very hot.
Oh yeah, it's not acclimatised. I'm sweating.
The path to the north of the Old Town leads you to the Old Bell and Anchor, which are actually props from the 1964 film The Longships, and gifted by the production crew after filming on location at Budva. The Venetian walls are stunning, and we took a path through Pisanella Gate to enter the Old Town at the north side. Within the walls, it's a maze of narrow alleyways, beautiful squares and hidden corners. Every turn felt like stepping into a postcard.
Some very winding roads, which seem very personal residences, don't they? It comes out onto here though, so it's quite nice.
Once you're in the Square of Poets, there's a vine-drenched building drawing your attention. Go through the door in the alleyway beside it, and you'll be transported to a seemingly hidden beach. Okay, maybe it wasn't exactly a secret, but this busy pebble beach was a refreshing change from the sights of the Old Town.
Sat out the sun for a bite to eat? I am warm, sweaty, you are too. fresh honey, yeah, I guess. So we are here in the old town of Budva. What do you think?
It's very nice. It reminds me of Dubrovnik a bit from the outside.
Yeah.
But very similar to Kotor on the inside.
Still has that old town charm. Has walls that you can kind of walk around and a lot of churches. But it still was kind of...
Souvenir shop?
Yeah,
That'll
touristy
be
in
fun.
that sense, yeah. Which is what you expect for somewhere like this. It is nice though. I think if you come to Budva and don't come to the old town, you'll think it's a bit of a dump. So I would definitely recommend if you come to Budva, come to the old town because that's where all the charm is. And I think you can't really come here without going. So, yeah. Paragliders, there's two of them. Russian Orthodox?
Yeah, a lot of Russian. Writing them all the hintons.
Mm-hmm.
They also had the bits of plant or grass or I don't know what it was.
On the
all
floor.
over the ground.
Do you know? I think we need to look that up, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just leaving Budva. What do you think of Budva?
It was alright. The old town was nice. Nice wee bits
The old town was probably the best part of it. There's a lot of construction. You can see it kind of up and coming a bit because even there's like loads of roadworks, really unsafe by the way, and some like new big resorts being built on the beachfront. Things weren't really that much cheaper than like anywhere else, to be honest, was it? I don't know what accommodation's like here, but the food was €35 for like a main course and a dessert plus a couple of drinks. It's definitely not cheaper than anywhere else. I think it's going to get a lot more expensive in the next few years or so. It's going to have the Croatia effect, isn't it? As soon as Montenegro enters the EU, which I'm sure it will eventually, prices will inflate even more so than they currently are. But it was worth a visit. I think if like you're on a cruise and it docked here, it'd be a nice little stroll around, wouldn't it?
So after leaving Budva, we set off towards Skadar Viewpoint, and what a journey it was. For the most part, the highway was pretty well maintained and snaked up the mountainside to give some amazing views over the coast of Budva. We drove through some small villages in the countryside, and when we were getting well and truly into the mountains, we had to turn off near a cemetery. A bit of foreshadowing, perhaps? Once you've left the motorway, the route is fairly direct, but the path was quite treacherous for us city dwellers, as the road was narrow and there was no barrier to stop you hurtling 250 metres vertically down the mountain. But it was all worth it, as the view is spectacular. So we are here at Skadar Viewpoint. This is one of the biggest lakes
in Europe. It spans, well, 2/3 of it spans Montenegro, and the rest of it is Albania. And honestly, it goes back so far, you can't even see the end of it here. Getting to this point was not for the faint-hearted. The roads are possibly the most dangerous roads we've ever driven down, ever, honestly. I'm kind of dreading the journey back, if I'm quite honest. But yeah, the sun is baking hot. It is a beautiful day. There's 1 or 2 clouds in the sky, but there's literally no one else here apart from 1 or 2 cars zipping along. So yeah, I'm just going to take it in, and I think just settle our nerves for the journey back. Just getting a little bit of shade here. It is so warm. But yeah, we had an absolute nightmare coming down the big hill from the motorway. Honestly, it was 1 lane, like a country road, but on a hillside, hairpin bends, no barrier, less than a metre from the edge to, you know, where you were driving, and it's a very steep drop. Would I recommend coming here? If someone else is driving you, yes. If you're driving yourself and you're not very used to unsafe roads, then I would advise you not to, because I don't know, I felt this is the most dangerous thing that we've ever done.
Maybe on a bike.
Yeah, maybe on a bike. Yeah, you could probably cycle down it; it'd be safe enough. Even just with, like, you know, an automatic car, and it's a pretty sizable car. It's not exactly the smallest thing. I would not do this again. The view is worth it, but like the anxiety of having to go back up is still on the mind.
You're not even driving?
I'm not even the one driving. Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay, let's do this.
Get out of the way. Get on some main roads again.
And if you're seeing this video, it means we survived. Stop. Yep, okay, you're good. So we are going to try and make it up here. We just need to reverse, and there's not much room to give. There's also loads of condoms on the floor. Most people have a good time up here, eh? So we've had to stop the car because there's a little turtle in the way. Please, go. Go. So we're back in the car now. We have gone past that serpentine road. I think our butts are unclenched. We're back on the motorway. That was one of the scariest experiences of my life. Was it of your life? Yeah. I would never do it again. I never want to do anything like that again. It was like I was having an out-of-body experience at some points, because it was honestly so terrifying. The views were stunning. Honestly, one of the best views of my life. You know, it is phenomenal. That bend, that meander around that lake. It's not for the faint of heart by any means. If you are not a experienced driver, I absolutely cannot recommend you do it. There's probably better ways to go. I think you can go around the mountain, but the roads aren't that much better. But at least they are a little bit wider, it looks like. But I mean, we just came back the way we came because we just had to trust that. And we didn't make it all the way down, but the viewpoint was just as good. So yeah, we're going to head back to Budva and hopefully see one of the panoramic points and stop off and get a drink. And I think we're going to go back to the hotel, or the apartment rather, in Kotor, and maybe get something to eat and retire, because it's been a busy day. If all goes to plan, we were planning on getting up early to do a bit of hiking of the fortress, but I'm not sure that's going to be on the menu. So we'll see how we feel. Right, in the distance is Sveti Stepan. Stopped off briefly at a viewpoint on the way back down, and the view is lovely, but this place itself is actually an absolute dump. So we're going to leave because we're getting infested by flies. Plus it's on a busy meander of a road, and I'm worried about rejoining it, so yeah, let's go.
After an adrenaline-filled afternoon at Skadar Viewpoint, we made the drive back to Kotor, and honestly, it felt like such a relief to be back on wider roads again. Once we got back, we headed straight to Kotor's Old Town to wind down for the evening. There's just something so magical about Kotor at night. The lantern-lit streets, live music echoing through the squares, and the cosy little restaurants tucked into the stone buildings. We found a nice spot for dinner, ordered some pasta and a glass of wine, and just sat there soaking in the atmosphere.
Enjoy your dinner?
Yeah, it was fine.
It was alright, it was basic, wasn't it?
After a full day of adventure, it was the perfect way to end it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because we've got so much more of Montenegro to show you.